Okay guys, so I want to cover a little bit about the finer points of service when it comes to manning your bar, when it comes to customer service, when it comes to interacting with our guests, and when it comes to making sure that this experience is going to be pleasant and memorable for everyone involved, not just our guests, but also for our team. And we want to make sure that everything runs smoothly and everything goes well, but of course there's always going to be little things, little details that we can take care of. First and foremost, you want to make sure to keep your bar clean at all times. Best thing you can do for yourself and for the event is to keep your station clean. Make sure after you make a drink, you wipe it down. We all understand that sometimes things get crazy, but you always want to maintain your station clean, and that way whoever approaches the bar starts off fresh every time. When it comes to making sure that your bar is stocked, if you're running low on a particular product, or you see that you're just missing something, you're not going to be able to run out of the bar. You always have to make sure that your bar is taken care of, it is manned. Communication is key. Communicate with your barbacks, communicate with your managers. Make sure that you at all times have a proper inventory of your products and that you are aware of what you need so that you can call for help, you can ask the people around you, and you can rely on your team. Remember, we do work as a team. This doesn't work as an individual sport. We work together and we make sure to work to support each other so that we can make the dream happen.
Good.
Yeah? Next thing is you always want to make sure that the guest sees exactly what you're doing. So if you're making a drink for them, if you're pouring something for them, you always want to make sure that they can see exactly what you're doing. You want to make sure that they see you pouring, that they see you mixing, that they see you straining, that they see you garnishing. No surprises when it comes to drinks. We want to make sure the guests know exactly what they're getting. Next, as far as interacting with our guests, we want to make sure to greet them. If they're 10 feet away, we want to make sure to acknowledge them. Once they're 5 feet away, we want to make sure to actually verbalize, interact with them, welcome them to the bar, smile, and make sure to make them feel welcome and greeted. Nothing is more important than making sure that our guests feel like they're welcome in this strange space that they are stepping into, yet they want to feel like they're part of this team, part of this family, part of this moment. Next up is going to be handling everything that you're doing at the bar. Seeing as we don't work normally with gloves because we don't like the aesthetic of that, you always want to make sure to have tongs at your disposal so you can handle all of the garnishes that you're going to be handling, so that you can grab the little things that you need, and that way you are never having to put your hand or come in contact with where the guest is going to be drinking out of. Next up is, of course, making sure that not just your station is clean, but that your equipment is clean as well. In a previous video, Gary mentioned that sometimes you're going to need several tins because maybe the flavor is going to, of course, come into a drink. If you make a dirty martini and then you make a margarita, it's going to taste like olives. So you always want to make sure, however you can, maybe take a little bit of water, rinse it out, dump it in the trash. At all times, you want to make sure that your equipment, the things that you're working with, are clean and they are in the proper setting so that you can make a drink fresh every time. When it comes to handling glassware, we mentioned it before, but we always want to reiterate it. You always want to make sure that you're handling it by the bottom half. Anything that you're grabbing, whether it's a martini glass, a rocks glass, a highball, a flute, or a glass of wine, you always want to hold it by the base or by the stem. You never want to hold it up here. The reason is that this is where guest's mouth is going to go. If this looks dirty, if this gets dirty, imagine how they're going to feel when they get their drink. We always hold it by the stem. We love the analogy of the red and green light. This is your green light. This is your red light. Here's where you stop. Go back to your green light. When it comes to presenting yourself for the guests, you want to make sure that your body language, of course, is always going to present a welcoming aura. So you want to avoid having your hands in your pockets. You want to avoid slouching. You want to avoid just leaning onto the bar. It might look nice and comfy, but really it takes away, it looks a little bit lazy. You always want to make sure to maintain a proper posture. You want to make sure to smile. You want to make sure that guests see you being on point. And they want to see you being professional. They want to see you being the person that's going to enable a good time for them, not the person that they are going to encounter and all of a sudden yet one more thing in their life. No, you want to make sure that they are here so that we can serve them and we can ensure that their experience is carefree. And so we, of course, will make sure that we present ourselves in the best way possible. At best, you can keep your hands to yourself in the back if you really want to stand at attention, or if you want to keep them up front, you want to keep them visible, that's good too, but never in your pockets, never crossed arms. You want to make sure that you feel that you present your open, never like this, never challenging. Just keep it light and keep it friendly. In regards to drinking behind the bar, we all know it's not supposed to happen, yet we work in South Florida. We work in a lot of heat and a lot of humidity. We all at some point need to drink water and keep ourselves hydrated. Otherwise, we all know we can just plop over. Make sure you're not doing it behind the bar. If someone sees you with a drink with ice and a clear liquid, they don't know if this is water or vodka or tequila. They're not really gonna know what it is. So we wanna avoid that. You always wanna make sure whatever you pour yourself, you let your partner know that you're gonna be stepping away from a bar. If you're working with a second bartender, and you wanna make sure that they are covering your station. If it's just you, you always wanna make sure to let your manager know. Same thing, you let them know you're gonna step away, I'm gonna get a drink of water, I'll be right back. That if you are gonna drink water, you're going over to the water station, you're stepping away from the bar, you're not consuming the product that is set at the bar. You want to make sure that you are always away from the bar so that you can drink water, stay hydrated, and recover yourself, and always be, of course, in top shape for when you do have to work.